Here we got Josh Doan. A few minutes with Josh Doan, forward for the Tucson Roadrunners as the Roadrunners get set for the postseason here and the beginning of what we hope will be a long run in the Calder Cup playoffs. And first of all, Josh, welcome back. How was the first NHL experience?
It was special and a unique experience. Obviously, getting a chance to play for the Coyotes was super surreal and fun. But now we're back here, and it's time to get back to work and play some fun hockey and some meaningful games.
All right, tell me your call-up story. Who told you? Where'd you get the word? And how'd that all go down?
Yeah, I got called from Mr. Armstrong. Gave me a call and told me I was getting called up. So I called my dad, and he was actually leaving the rink as I called him. So he was pretty excited, and then I called my mom after, and she was pretty emotional. She's been there since day one and took me to all my tournaments as a kid when Dad was gone. So it was a cool moment to share with her.
What does your dad say to you when he gets that news? I mean, I'm sure he knew it was coming at some point, but to finally get it, I mean, what were his words to you?
Yeah, he was proud of me and proud of everything that I'd done to get to that point, but just to have fun and enjoy it. He said it's an opportunity that not a lot of people get, so when you get a chance to do it, have fun and embrace the moment, but just stick to your game plan and have trust in yourself that you're going to do fine, because I think he knew I was a little bit nervous, so he's like, just play your game and everything will work out.
And then the first night you get a goal. What are you looking for? Are you looking for a deflection when you're in front of the net like that? And what do you look to try to make to get that deflection to get the puck into the net?
Yeah, I think it's where all the goals are scored is in and around the net, so you got to be good there. It's something that we put a lot of work in over the years is being good around the net, having good hand-eye coordination. So when you get there, you're going to have an opportunity to score, and thankfully it bounced around a little bit, and I got a good whack on it and went in. But it's one of those things where it's happened so quick that it's almost just a quick instinct and like baseball, almost a quick swing and hopefully get some contact.
How different, Josh Doan joining us, how different is it when you walk into that locker room as the rest of those guys' teammate versus, I'm sure you walked in and some of those guys when you were just a high school kid or a college kid?
Yeah, it's definitely unique. Obviously, a lot of those guys are guys that I looked up to and guys that I watched as a fan for a long time. So to be part of a team with them is a unique experience, but one of those things where you just got to go in and embrace it and kind of pick their brains, ask them questions, and learn a few things from them.
What was Bill Armstrong's message when he came on the road to tell you guys about the potential move to Salt Lake City? What did he talk about that night?
Yeah, I think just to be resilient with everything going on. He kind of calm nerves in the room and make sure we focus on winning our last couple games and stuck to our game plan. Obviously, it's one of those things where distractions can kind of derail a team. So when he came in and settled everyone down a little bit, it helped and gave us a little bit of clarity as to what was going on in the situation. But at the end of the day, to focus on the game plan at night, and we ended up getting the win in overtime. It was a good night.
Josh Doan joining us, Roadrunners in the postseason against Calgary. When you went up, what did the guys say? Because they got off to such a good start this year. What did they say kind of about that 14-game stretch, losing stretch that kind of derailed the chance to make it back to the postseason?
Yeah, I think it was one of those things that it was another rumor was going around about the team moving and stuff like that, and that's always hard. And they got stuck on the wrong end of the stick a couple times where bounces didn't go their way, and that happens in the hockey world. And if bounces aren't going your way, you grip your stick a little bit tighter and you start missing. And without being able to go home and kind of relax because there's stuff going on around about where you're going to live and if you're going to move or not, it's hard. And you got to credit those guys for sticking with it and showing up every day and trying to get the job done, because it'd be a tough room to be a part of during that stretch.
So when you get up there, is there a veteran that you're getting with right away, or are you getting with your guys that you know, like Carconi and Matthias and Michelli and some of those guys?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both. Obviously, you're a little bit more comfortable with some of the younger guys that you've been with and got to play with. So it's good to see those new faces or those old faces. But to come in and introduce yourself and try and get comfortable with everyone as quick as you can, I think is the main goal, because you're gonna have to go out there and battle with them and find out kind of how they like to play and what their personalities are. So it's a little bit of both. You got to go find your old buddies, but at the same time, you got to make sure you're comfortable with everybody.
Josh Doan is our guest. When you were here before you went up, what did you like about the way you were playing the game?
Yeah, I think just playing hard. player that likes to create a lot off of the forecheck and force turnovers and stuff like that. So it's one of the things where it's a little bit easier when you can go into a game focusing on just working hard and not trying to kind of skill it up a little bit. So it's one of those things where I felt like I was in a good space with my skating and getting in on the forecheck and being aggressive and just letting the rest kind of take care of itself. You put yourself in the right positions, then you'll get bounces and pucks will go your way. So it was definitely a spot where I felt pretty confident when I was last year.
All right, I asked Kesselring this question, so I'll ask it you. Who is that one guy that hit you in one of your first early games with the Coyotes that made you realize, hey, I'm really here now. I got hit by that guy.
Yeah, I think Zadorov on Vancouver is a pretty big guy, and I don't even know if he hit me that hard, but he stepped into me a little bit, and it was once he stepped into me, I'm like, oh boy, that's a big boy. There's some big men out here.
What's Steve Podfant's message been to this club?
Yeah, just get back to the game plan, play our way. We got a deep team and a really good group of guys, and to kind of play our game, let the rest take care of itself, and stay positive. Obviously, playoff hockey is going to be there's going to be ebbs and flows to the game with positive and negative, where bounces are going to go your way, they're not going to go your way. There's going to be penalties called that you don't like, but you're also going to get power plays that maybe shouldn't be power plays, and to stay calm on the bench and trusting each other. I think that's the biggest part of it, is trusting each other and trusting that we can make a run.
Yeah, a lot of penalty minutes from this team this year. Can you play like that in the postseason and still survive like you did the 20-plus games over 500 in the regular season?
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where there's good penalties and bad penalties. We got a group that's pretty big and physical, so a lot of the penalties are from just wearing teams down, and we got a lot of 5 and 10 minute penalties, which show up in the penalty minute column, but you don't really see that they're not minor penalties. We're not going shorthanded because of them. So we got a group that's got a really good kill. So thankfully we have a good penalty kill. We probably wouldn't be 20 games above 500 if we didn't. But we trust in it, and at the same time, it's going to happen in the playoffs. You're going to get penalties. So when you have a good penalty kill, it kind of breeds confidence in the room that you can play a little bit on the edge and not worry too much.
So what has made it a good penalty kill this year?
Yeah, Coach Slaney's an unbelievable job at talking with the guys about the game plan and pre-scouting everything. But we've got a group of guys that kill penalties that do a really good job, and they play hard. They sacrifice their bodies. They're willing to block shots for the team and to take one for the team. Basically, it's hard to do, and we got a good group of guys that can do that.
All right, Josh, we've enjoyed watching you down here. Best of luck. Looking forward to this playoff run.
Thank you. Should be fun.